All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, you inglorious bastards and magnificent bitches.
It has begun!
That is right. It has begun. It is I, Nakamo, and we're just gaming back for something different. So I put a lot of work into this since I bought the Captain's Logbook, the Solo RPG adventure. We're gonna do some tabletop gaming today. We're gonna have a solo adventure for the Captain's Log, but I went ahead and did a lot of this to be the prep work for this mission ahead of time. But I love Star Trek and I can't wait, and I wanted to try this and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get right into this. All right, so now that we've come back and that intro and introductions are properly there, we have our mission. We have our pertinent documents up. We got the book. We got our character sheets, and we got our mission breakdown and or notes sheet. So let's get to this note sheet right here. If you notice, we rolled using the book references, and I'll probably do this ahead of time for most missions, unless we complete one halfway through a recording, and then maybe we'll have to do it on recording a little bit. But I would just to make the flow easier, I went ahead and did all the rolling on the appropriate tables to roll our characters, our ships and stuff, in the mission and the star system and the places and things and shit's gonna happen. So we got this mission type with spiritual minority group representation. We rolled an incident, which was a debate. We themed of spatial rift. We rolled a complication and a net crew memo. The only specialist that the crew has for the situation is secretly unable to proceed with the mission, either due to lack of skill or being too terrified to continue. So we're gonna have to contend with that right off the bat. It just makes sense with the type of mission that came up while I rolled out the rest of the stuff. So the encounter we're going to get is going to be an uninhabited planet. A planet of serene broody exists behind a minefield laid by an advanced species. The location is experiencing signs related to an old prophecy. Could it actually come true? And this is a religious location from the Church of Enos, which is one of the factions, and the Confederation of Enos, which is going to cover the spiritual and the minority group who wants representation, because the Church of Enos wants to discuss them to being included in the discussions of what's going to happen with the study of this rift after it opens up, because it doesn't open and reveal the planet, you know, after so long, which is a religious event in their past and stuff, and they want to be included in what's going on, and they're trying to protect it for everyone's safety, because their ancient text says only the keeper of the faith can, like, you know, lead them to the path of the planet, blah 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 blah. You know, same old spiritual stuff. Countless times again with the religions. We won't bore you with the details there. You'll learn them as we go along, because this is gonna play out as we together as we use the tables and stuff to you know, flesh out the story and keep going. And I wanted to get really in depth, so I asked a bunch of questions about what's going on with the little information I had to like clarify. So it's like, who's this minority group, and that's how we found out the church, and you know, we answered the questions and all the information I got. So the civilian group is the Confederation. You know, they just want scientific study of the planet and stuff, because they you know, they know it's going to come, and they think the religious part is, you know, bunk, and the religion wants the ambassador descent, and you know, she finds out we're going, she freaks out. So, and we're gonna have to deal with that content and try and get the job done, and hopefully we don't die in the process, because when the spatial rep opens up, it is gonna be mined by an advanced species, and we're gonna have to contend with that. So we got the star system here. Boom. I got it up with some planets. It's a single star system. You know, planets Ecto, Enos, Enar, some moons. So there's plenty of things for us to do in the area, depending on where, and how things fuck up for us. So we get this teaser, the Church of Enos, the Church of Enar fleet, Church of Enos fleet surrounds the area around the location of the periodic spatial anomaly with their ships and disables a Confederation research ship, and they claim that this was for the vessel's own safety, as they claim the spatial anomaly will be dangerous and only the churches can keep everyone safe. Only the church's keeper can keep everyone safe, and they disabled the ship instead of destroying him because they didn't want him in the area when the rift opened up, because they feel like you're gonna die. Sorry, I'm just taking my shoes off here to get a little bit more comfortable because I'm sitting here. So that's what we got going on here. So that's a little teaser that opens up the. I might write it up before I put it up on continuing missions or whatnot to have something somebody can read, and they can read the whole episode or this. At least this recording, because it's probably going to be multiple episodes per recording, because that's just how winning is done. So we get Shrelix's personal log, stardate 79857.1. We find ourselves on a delicate mission venturing towards the outskirts of Federation space within the Enos system. A core objective is to facilitate a delicate debate between the Church of Enar, a minority of the religious faction, and the civilian administration of the Confederation Enos. The Church is fervently advocating for representation in the deliberations concerning an impending spatial rift, an event intricately woven into the fabric of their religious convictions. Originating from the Enar, the third planet nestled within the Enos system, the adherents of the Church believe that the approaching spatial rift is intrinsically linked to an age-old prophecy. Their insistence on active participation in the discussions surrounding the management of this cosmic phenomenon is unwavering. Conversely, the civilian leadership of the Confederation aims to carry out an exhaustive scientific inquiry into the rift, one that is uninfluenced by religious perspectives. This pursuit is hampered by the Church's steadfast assertion that exclusive knowledge held by the Keeper of the Faith is pivotal in ensuring the safety of all involved. While the Federation stands firmly impartial with regards to religious viewpoints, advocating for a scientific approach in most scenarios, we remain committed to our guided principles, including non-discrimination and inclusivity. Although we can't directly intervene in the internal politics affairs of the Confederation, we are occasionally summoned to mediate disputes, a component of Starfleet duty that might not boast the thrill of other endeavors, but is no less crucial. In adherence to orders, we have utilized the shuttle from the USS Dakota to retrieve Ambassador Anaris. The aft compartment of the Red Cloud has been arranged according to the specifications forwarded by the Ambassador herself. Evidently, her reputation precedes her as someone with idiosyncratic tendencies, including isolating herself prior to each mediation session. While such eccentricities don't faze us, we have enjoyed the solitude. Being Gorn often evokes paralyzing reactions from others due to our species' notoriety throughout known space. It is nice to find a small reprieve from that reaction. So that is our personal log. Shrelix refers to themselves as like we and us and stuff, because I'm Gordon tend to put the group ahead, so I figured that just made sense to me. And now we get the scene one. The Red Cloud arrives at the requested location to see the two fleet of ships, like, the one surrounding the area and the other ones like on the other side, poised to like attack and stuff. The Mexican standoffish word, which I'm not even sure where that came from, where that figure of speech came from. There's no offense meant there, but they're standing off. They're fighting each other, holding each other off. One is from the Confederation of Venus, and the other is from the Church of Enar. And we're going to have to try and go retrieve the ambassador, who is going to be absolutely paralyzed from fear when we open in the door. So we're going to hit the door button. He's like, call back up. Ambassador, please, can you please come to the front compartment? We have arrived, blah, yada, yada. So she's going to call back. And Shrelix is going to, she's going to be like, we're right there. So he goes to greet her, and as she's coming out of the compartment, the door swings open. She's going to see the Gorn, and she's going to be absolutely paralyzed by fear. She's going to slam the door behind him and lock it. and she's freaking out. Like, she's like absolutely terrified. She thinks she's gonna be eaten and or worse. Making breeding from, if you've seen Strange New Worlds, getting breeding for the the thing. So yeah, that's where we're at. She is absolutely paralyzed by fear. So let's see some things that are going to happen. Let's open up the book. We got the probability matrix here. So we got D20. Let me get one of these bad boys. Oh, we got this D20 here. We'll use this one. So what is likely to happen here? The probability that... What is the probability that, let's get some questions moving forward for this write-out, right? So we got some questions for this scene. What is the probability that Shrelix can calm the ambassador down? 5. So it's going to be highly probable that that can happen. So that's exactly what he's going to do. We're going to be able to convince this down. We're going to do it an opposing task, though, because this is like, this is where I'm confused on how to get this game going. So bear with me as we stumble through it. So you're going to narrate to a task, roll the dice, determine the impact, narrate the outcome. So the task that I want to do is an opposed task. Does this book have opposed tasks? Alright, so mission types, we already looked at that. Because I'm confused on how the rolling works. Like if you, I think you roll 1. So let's check momentum and threat, because that's, we really got to figure out how that works. When you attempt an action, sometimes things will go wrong. Perhaps the odds are against you, or maybe the action will simply prove to be more difficult than initially anticipated. The threat is counterpoint to momentum, providing additional hurdles to cross when threat occurs and get more difficult and need to handle it. So yeah, now I do have an, let's go back to that probability matrix, because I have another question. Where is this matrix? There we go. My next question is it probable, how probable is it that she reports us instead of giving us the time to actually talk her out of this? Because she can call to the Confederation and, you know, request assistance, saying that we're going on a threat, and they will probably react accordingly, but we'll see. So 9. So it's highly probable that she's going to do that. So, let's get some notes here. it's highly probable that the ambassador calls one of the ships for help because she's afraid of us. Highly probable. So what's the likelihood that they will just beam her up, disable the shuttle, beam her off the ship, and prepare accordingly for that. Ooh. That's not highly probable. Alright, so how probable it is that they just attack the ship with not thinking about the ambassador because they think she already might be infected with Gorn children? It is highly probable that they do that. This is not turning out to be good. Highly probable that both fleets target Russia. I guess that's our task there. They're gonna target the shuttle, and then we're gonna try and evasive action here. Fun times. So narrate to tasks, dice roll, repeat. Task. May assign a rating to a blank discipline, giving it, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You already did that. I make a task order. So we already did the yes and no probability matrix. Invasive maneuvers is probably, I'll say, it's definitely calm. Daring. Our target number for Shrelix is gonna be 9 and 2 is 11. This is not gonna end well. And we'll record the outcome here once we figure out how that works. This is probably not gonna go well. So I'm gonna do our first task here. Task evasive maneuvers. I probably butchered that word, but it is good. Now let's see if we can't figure out how these actually work. So when the target number, Miranda rolls 2d20, she scores a 17. Miranda is playing Captain Sai, a fresh-faced, so when a Klingon presence command, she roll with that number set. Miranda rolls 2d20 to score 14 to 7. As the 7 is under her target number, this is success. Captain Sings gets up in a Klingon face. Can start considering that each of the approaches may attempt to determine page. May not immediately require medical approach. Try to roll equal under success. If your roll succeeds, if you roll equal to or under the target number on one or more d20, however, both d20s roll under your target number, you only succeed, but also gain momentum. Alright, so that's how that works. So we need to grab another thing, and 2 fleet. That's going to generate threat too, right? So let's go up here. Threat. I don't know how that works. Momentum. Probably butchered the spelling for that too. How's threat work? Threat. Your roll fails. The roll under the target number on both d20s. Anytime you may roll, you may roll again and gain threat. Alright, so how much threat do we start with? Generating random threat spells. Generated. Alright, so threat generates on the failing rolls. Okay. So our target number is 11. We're going to roll these 2 dices. And just so you're aware, because this is going to be really awkward here, but we got a 4 and a 6, so yeah, or 4 and a 9. Either way, both are under our target number, so we have succeeded in our invasive maneuvers as they fly at us. And we have so let's see. Outcome was a success, and we have garnered 1 momentum. And we've completed our first task of the mission. Boom. First task of the mission. Alright. Not too shabby. Open up, back up, yes, damn it. Yeah, there we go. So let's see how probable is it that let's go back to this probability matrix. How probable is it that the spatial anomaly opens up on us as we're doing this? 7. It's highly probable that the spatial rift opens up. Which is highly probable. Spatial rift opens up as we narrowly avoid ship fighter. All right. Because I'm going to do a write-up for this. I'm just... Alright, so... if that's the case, there's the planet, right? So, is it likely? How probable is it that we hit one of the spatial, like that we run into the mines, right? Because it's a minefield. That's it is highly probable that we go to 2. It's highly probable that we hit the minefield. Highly probable we get struck by mine when the rift opens up. Well, sorry about that phone call that I cut out. We're going to open to the game screen. I don't know how long it's been on that screen because I've been trying to undo my life. But let's go back to this screen and go back to our notes. So it is highly probable we got struck by the mine when it opened. So how probable is it that we get pulled into the planet's gravity from the gravity of the spatial rift, because it reveals the uninhabited pristine planet, and it is highly probable that that's what's going to happen. So our next task is going to be landing this bitch. We get sucked into the revealed planet's gravity. So that's what's gonna happen. So now we got our final task of this part. It's gonna be, falling what style we'll call it. Yeah, crashing in style. Obviously con, because we're down to thrusters. So con. And let's look at our sheet, what makes sense. I guess it would be daring again, right? We're not very good at this, Poor ambassador. Target level 11. We're gonna say that that generated a threat, because I want that to generate. No, we'll go with the rolls. We'll go with the rolls in case. So let's get these outcome. Outcome. Is this a success? Oh no. No. We are not successful. Failure. So we hit the planet's forested surface hard. How probable is that we get the landing is slightly softened enough for us to survive because of the tree and plant life cover and such? So it's highly probable we survive. Vegetation helps soften the red clouds landing. How probable is it that the ship can be repaired? It's highly probable the ship could be repaired. So well, that's it. That is it. We've done 2 tasks. One was an utter failure. One not so much. And at least we're on the planet safe and sound. That could have gone a whole lot worse. A whole lot worse. But anyways, that's going to be it for this one. I'm enjoying Captain Log immensely. I'm sorry that I'm stumbling through. We're learning this together, so it's going to be slow. I'm sorry for that phone call. I didn't even think about shutting my phone down. I apologize for that. But as always, I'm Doc Camo, and we're just gaming. And we'll see you in the next one as we continue to boldly go where no one's gone before. Peace.